Dracula? A real prince or just a spooky story? For hundreds of years, people have told scary tales about a vampire king. But the real Dracula was even creepier. Let's dig into the bloody truth behind the legend. Dracula was real, but not a vampire. His true name was Vlad III, a prince in Romania 600 years ago. He ruled a place called Wallachia. People called him Vlad the Impaler because he did horrible things to his enemies. Vlad's favorite punishment? Putting people on sharp wooden poles. Thousands died this way. He did it to scare his enemies and show his power. That's why everyone feared his name. It was a warning. Vlad fought a big empire called the Ottomans. He burned villages, poisoned wells, and attacked at night. His tricks were so cruel. Even his own soldiers were terrified. But he said, "I'm protecting my people." Some say Vlad was a hero because he fought invaders. Others say he was a monster who loved killing. His story is messy. He saved his land, but hurt so many people. What do you think? After Vlad died, rumors spread. He drank blood. People mixed his cruel story with old vampire myths. Soon, everyone believed Dracula was a real vampire, even though he wasn't. In 1897, a writer named Bram Stoker stole Vlad's name for his book Dracula. He added fangs, castles, and immortality. The book became famous, and the vampire legend we know today was born. Tourists visit Dracula's castle in Romania, but Vlad probably never lived there. It's just a spooky old castle. Still, people love taking photos and pretending vampires are real. After Dracula's book, vampire stories exploded. Books, movies, and TV shows made vampires famous worldwide. People even dress like them for Halloween. Long before Dracula, cultures had vampire myths. In Romania, they feared strigoi, dead people who came back to drink blood. Sound familiar? Folklore mixed with Vlad's story to create Dracula. Science says vampires might have been sick people. Diseases like rabies made people hate light, act crazy, or even bite others. Scary, right? But no real vampires, we hope. Dracula is everywhere: movies, costumes, memes from old black and white films to Twilight. Vampires never die. Dracula's the OG monster we love to fear. Why are vampires scary? They're strong, never die, and hunt you in the dark. The idea of something immortal watching silently, it's terrifying. Dracula's story has everything: blood, power, and mystery. We can't look away. Is he a monster, a tragic hero, or both? That's why he's still famous after 600 years. So, was Vlad the Impaler really Dracula? Or just a legend? Tell me in the comments, and smash that like button if you love creepy history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more dark, mysterious tales. Who should we explore next? See you in the next video.